Hey guys,
This meeting is being recorded.
Hey, good morning, Jordan.
how are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good too. Hey Brittany, not sure if you can hear us.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Alrighty. Well, I don't know who all's getting on the call today, but I was gonna go ahead and get started. And so I like to start off these calls and just kind of ask you guys, how's y'all's business been the past 2 weeks?
I'll start with I have a client who has a voucher and I have been having the hardest time finding apartments that accept vouchers in her desired areas, and I'm not sure if anything is going on as far as like news wise or anything, but that has been the most difficult thing for me um
Yeah.
as of late.
I've
Um,
struggled with that in the past as well. I just think moving forward, I'm just not gonna like take clients that have like Section 8.
yeah. I was it Zayden, was it your client that we were talking about this last week
Yeah,
or last time?
yeah, I haven't even heard anything from them though. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard because obviously we want to help everyone, but on a business standpoint, those apartment communities, they don't need to pay us because there's like endless amounts of people that have vouchers that are trying to find housing. And so it's just pretty hard for us to help them and also us get paid. So typically, like if I have somebody that says that, I'll tell them like I'm not super familiar with communities that accept vouchers, but I can send you what I can see on my system, but I'm not 100% sure if this is right information. And then I'll just send them like a quick list of places. But honestly, I have never, in the 9 years I've been doing this on the side of things, I've never helped anybody that had a voucher. I don't know. So I understand that's frustrating. Brittany, do
it's
you have
just kind of
oh, go ahead, Zayden.
it's kind of hard because you're putting in a lot of work, and then when you realize that most of those apartments won't even pay you.
Hmm.
Like he picked like three of them, and then like none of those three like were willing to pay me because he had a voucher. Not like he's actually moving there, and it won't show you on Smart that it happens like that. It'll show that they accept the vouchers, but it doesn't show that they don't pay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice to know. Thank you.
Yeah, it's annoying. There's these programs like Dallas has this program called In-Town Housing Program. I think they also have another program called like Affordable Housing. Same with Austin. They have a program called like Smart Housing or something. And it's not Section 8. They're not vouchers like that, but it's just like a city program. And so a lot of the apartment communities, they do pay locators, but if it's for a unit that's in one of those programs, they don't pay for that because again, there's just like they always have wait lists. So they're like, we don't need to pay you guys to help us with marketing. So yeah, it's I usually like the polite way. I usually just like tell people I'm not super familiar with those types of communities. So yeah. So yeah, but Zayden, how's everything going with you? Do you have any clients that you're working with right now?
Yeah, actually, one of them moves in tomorrow. I have just been struggling to get the lease verification back. I've talked to them. I called them like every single day for like a week. And like they pick up and they're like, "Hey, like I see your email, like we're gonna get it done," and then just like don't do it. And then call them the next day, like five times. Maybe they didn't answer. And then the next day, like I'll call them again, and they're like, "Hey, yes, we see it." And then it's been a process for sure.
Did you send it like DocuSign or in any way that they can electronically sign it?
Yeah. So what I did was I used the lease verification that you have, and I
Uh-huh.
just went on to I think it's called Doc Hub, and I just like I fill mine out and then like I put an area on there to where they can just type it in. And as soon as they type it in, they can just press finish and it'll automatically send it to me.
Yeah. Well, what I would do if I were you is like I would the next time you call them, if you get them on the phone, just tell them like it was like, oh, we'll get it filled out to you. I would just say, okay, well, I'm happy to wait on hold until you guys can fill it out, and then they'll be like, no, like we'll get it filled out. Like, no, that's okay. I'll just wait on hold. And they'll, "Oh, well, we're busy right now. Okay, well, that's fine. I can wait for 20 minutes. I just need to have this filled out, so I'll just wait until you guys get it done." Um,
Okay.
like that's literally exactly what I do because at a certain point, like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's been a week. Maybe it's been 2 weeks, but if you have set it up to where it's like electronically available for them to fill it out, there is absolutely no reason why they can't take 2 minutes out of their day to fill out the information, especially if your client has already moved in. You can even tell them too, like, hey, you can email me back the answer to the questions. There's only 5 questions on there. Just send me an email with that information. Like, if it's too much of a hassle for you to do the whatever the system is that you're talking about. So just yeah, just be like, I'll wait on hold, no big deal. And yeah, that's usually what I have to do. Or the other thing is too is if you do call, if they still try to rush you off the phone and say, "Oh no, like I can't do it right now," all this stuff, be like, "Okay, great. Well, can you provide me with your regional's email address? I really need to get this filled out for my broker." And you can just even blame it on like me. Just say, "My broker needs this information today. I've been trying to get it for 2 weeks, and if no one on site can get it filled out, I'm hoping that I'll just contact your regional. Maybe they have time to fill it out." And again, like you're saying it politely, but you're also saying like, "Hey, if you can't help me, let me have your boss do it." And they usually will get it filled out. So I don't know if you've tried those things, but
I definitely will. That's interesting.
that's basically what you have to do with the communities that are just like that, where they just act like they're way too busy and all of that. As soon as you threaten reaching out to their boss, the regional, then they're like, "Oh, I could do it." Yeah. So I would just try that because the issue is like we don't want to wait. Obviously, it sounds like you've been trying to be on top of them, but we don't want to wait until they've moved in because until like we get it because what a lot of times the communities that do this like where they drag their feet on filling stuff out, those are usually the sketchy communities where they do stuff to try to not pay us. And so if your client has either signed their lease or if they've moved in already, we're in like an extremely vulnerable position to where they could say, well, your client didn't actually list you correctly and they already signed their lease or they already moved in, so we can't change it. And so that's why like we want to get all of these forms filled out as soon as our client is approved. We don't want to wait until they've signed the lease or until they've moved in because then they're at a place where they're like, well, we can't change anything and that's y'all's bad. So a lot of times the sketchy communities, they do stuff like this where they drag their feet for forever to fill stuff out. And then we're in a position where we can't fight about anything. Like we can't do anything. So yeah, my strategy is with the lease verifications, like I'll send it if they don't fill it out within like the first week, after a week of me trying to get it, then I start calling every day, sometimes twice a day. I'll start trying to call the regional. I don't want to ever get put in a position to where like my client has already moved in and I don't have it. So definitely don't be shy with those forms because usually if they're dragging their feet, I hate to say it, but it's usually for a reason. Like a lot of times it's because they just like to pull shady stuff so they don't have to pay us. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely keep that in mind. I'm gonna get that done today then.
Yeah.
We gotta talk to regional. We gotta talk to regional.
Yeah, it's like one of those, and like I said, blame it on your broker. Like, hey, my broker has to have it today. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble if I don't get this. Like, I need someone to fill it out, and if you can't fill it out, maybe your regional can. And just like, there's a polite way, but a stern way to say, like, hey, we need this. We've been patient enough. So cool. Alrighty. So do you guys have any other clients other than like the person with the voucher and also the person that has already moved in? Are y'all working with anybody else?
Yes, but he's looking to move in December. And he asked today if he saw anything that he liked, could he go ahead and do the application? And I was like, Yes, you can do the application if they have availability. But yeah, but he's not looking to move until later,
When in December?
like the first week.
Okay. Well, then he's honestly probably like right in the right window because that's 60 days. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, right as soon as we hit like October 1st,
All
um,
right.
yeah, that'll be 60 days out. So yeah, that's great. If he's super excited to go ahead and apply somewhere, I would just like, has he already toured places yet?
He's actually out of state.
Okay.
Um, So, and I just, because I want to do the best for him. So I was like, if there's anyone that you're really leaning towards, just, let me know and I'll go schedule the tour and, make sure that the pictures match online. Because when I was doing open houses, the pictures rarely matched
Yeah.
online. And I was like, I don't want you to get stuck in, a lease and you get there thinking the internet is what it is in real life and it's like I'm miserable. So I want to try to alleviate that as much as possible.
So he's gonna lease sight unseen. Like he's not gonna come out here before.
No, no.
Those are usually like the easiest leases. So, um, I think it's great if you want to go out and tour properties for him, but just to put like on the other side of things, just something to consider is
Hmm.
with clients like that, I like to, especially if I don't know them at all, like they weren't referred to me, like they were just some random person that found me online. A lot of times I feel a little bit more comfortable by just facilitating the leasing agent, giving them the videos, like, um, because I don't want to be in a position to where the client can say, well, I moved here because you said it was great. And then my version of great is different than their version of great.
Mm,
So, um, I say that to say, like, I definitely have gone and like toured and done FaceTime tours for people. Uh,
hmm.
and FaceTime tours make me a little bit more comfortable because then they're like real time seeing what I'm seeing. And if they have questions, they can look. But also just know that you can ask the leasing agents, like, hey, my client's moving like from out of state. He's not coming to tour beforehand. Can you send videos or can you do a FaceTime tour? That way it kind of like puts the on-site team as the people that sold the property to him, and you just
Okay.
like the middleman facilitating making all of that happen. So again, I'm not saying don't go tour for him, but I just wanted to give you like some other ideas on how you can like operate that situation too.
Okay. Yeah, I think I like that one better.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I've never had a client lease sign on scene and them hate the property. I've never had that happen, but it is always a possibility. And I would just hate for somebody to like move in somewhere and I was like, "Oh my God, this place is so great." And then they end up coming back and saying, "No, this place is awful." And you said it was, like I don't even want to put myself in that situation. So
Right.
always just either like FaceTime toured for them or I would have like the leasing agent facilitate doing a FaceTime tour, anything like that. And it's still, you can do it in a way where it feels like you are still giving that concierge type service. Like you still are extremely involved with like getting the FaceTime tour set up and all of that. To where it doesn't feel like you're just handing it off to the on-site team, but there's just ways to make sure that you cover your butt. I feel like so, but that's exciting. That should be hopefully a really quick, easy lease.
All right.
Yeah. Anybody else have any clients that you guys are working with right now?
I actually have one that is moving the end of October. She's already signed her lease, but the apartment is like brand new and they just got hit with a really bad hailstorm. So I think they're just trying to fix the damages up before like she moves in.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you get her lease certification back?
It's crazy because it's like one of them is like Jefferson Arbor and the other one's like Jefferson Verdant or something like that. And
Uh-huh.
I think so it's the same like company and I'm having like the same problems with both of them. And it's
Uh, that makes me nervous.
well, I'm gonna blow them up today. I don't have anything else to do for the rest of the day, so I'm gonna be calling them. Like even if I have to go up there, like it's not super far from where I live, so
Yeah, I know Nicole was notorious for doing that. Like people, they would not respond for like the lease verifications, and then she would just go pull up on them and be like, "Hey, I'm in your office. Like y'all need to fill this out." So, you said it's called what? And is it in Dallas or Houston?
Well, it's like Collin County,
In
Dallas.
W.
Dallas
Okay.
market, yeah. It's Verdant, V as in Victor. No, V
Oh,
like
it's
the V.
V.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. The V as
VCR.
in
Okay.
Verdant, yes.
Oh, Jefferson Verdant.
Hmm. And the other one is Arbor, Jefferson Arbor.
Jefferson Arbor. Okay, let's see what's going on over
One
here.
star is crazy.
Yeah, that's bad. And there's 3 reviews. 2 weeks to process my client's application. They went ghost on me once my client moved in. That's great.
Communication honestly sucks. Yep.
Nice. The communication sucks. My clients moved in for 2 weeks and still haven't gotten clients lease verification back. Ooh, you better go up there today.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Or,
go.
or call their regional. That is not good. I hate that. Who's their management company? RPM. RPM is like a good company. What is the other one is called Jefferson what?
Jefferson Arbor, Arbor. They're both through RPM Living.
Yeah, this one doesn't have reviews.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one's brand new. Like they just now like got it up. Like they're done. Like they're moving people in now. So
Okay. Yeah, no, RPM is like they're a good company. So I'm sure that it's not just like the culture of the company to not try to pay locators, but this other one, I don't like that. So yeah, I would definitely call them and be like, "Hey, can I have your regionals info?" And if they won't give it to you, I would just call their corporate office and just like what usually happens when you call the corporate office, operator answers and you just say, "Hey, I'm just trying to find the regional's email address for whatever the property is," and they usually just give it to you. They don't ask any questions. It's just somebody answering the phone. So I would call the property and try to get the regionals, and if they don't get it, then I would just call corporate. And then if you can't resolve it like that, then I would maybe go up there like later today or tomorrow.
I'm just gonna go up there like in like 2 hours. Like let them have their lunch break and everything, and then
Yeah.
just go up
Okay.
there. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have
just
anything else
not
to do.
good. Yeah, and you could even let them know like, "Hey, it's y'all's reviews on our apartment locator database like this is something that it looks like y'all's office does frequently." And also too, I don't know if you guys ever use this, but our Facebook group that we run or that I run, I guess I should say the apartment locator Facebook group, I am very quick to let them know our brokerage has a 4,000 member apartment locator group. And usually when I say that, they're like, "Oh, let me make sure I take care of these people because I don't want them to say anything in that group and then it affects locator sending us clients." So again, there's polite ways to say that, but just like let them know, "Hey, our brokerage runs this group and y'all don't have a good reputation with locators. We really would love to continue to send you business. Is there any way you can get this filled out?" Type thing. So
If
yeah.
I were to go in person, could I just print off that form and then have them like write on it and sign it? Or
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
you could. It's just usually like the docu or like the electronic signature thing. It's usually easier for them to do it electronically because they have to like print it off, fill it out, go scan it in, attach, they have to do all these steps. And if you've ever been in a leasing office or worked in a leasing office, they're usually so swamped that it's just too many steps for them to do. But if you go and just hand it to them, all they have to do is just go into their CRM system and just look up the client's name and they can just fill out the info. It's very quick. That's why it's frustrating when they don't fill it out because it's like, "Hey, this is not that hard." Um, cool. Well, does anybody else have any other clients that you guys are working with that y'all want to dive into? me make sure nobody's chatting. Oh, let's see what the chat says. I had one ghost me. She's from Dallas, but I do have another, but they're not looking to move until February or March. She will be coming from Chicago. Awesome. Well, if you have somebody, you said February or March, yeah, I would just like set a reminder to follow up with them starting in December. But that's great. So I wanted to pretty much all of you guys are fairly new to locating. So I wanted to just kind of like dive in on some of the stuff that maybe was talked about in the training videos, but also maybe if you haven't watched all the training videos, maybe this will be a refresher for you guys. But so the majority of everybody gets their clients with apartment locating from a couple of different ways. Usually it's social media, either Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Some people use Facebook Marketplace or Facebook groups. And then the other way is like word of mouth, or maybe you just are very social or you have a big network. So I would say though, the majority of people when they first get started with apartment locating, they just hit social media hard. They set up like a reminder on their calendar every single day. Maybe they dedicate 30 minutes a day to post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And then if you choose to do Facebook Marketplace, people will maybe dedicate a couple hours a week to just set 20 posts on Facebook Marketplace and just let those posts live and just let the leads come in through those. So I know that like Zayden, I know you have been pretty consistent with posting on social media. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've seen any of the rest of you guys posting on social media. Maybe our team, maybe our company doesn't follow y'all's account, but definitely make sure to follow the Soul Apartment Locators account because anytime I see you guys posting, I always go and interact with your post so that it helps with the algorithm to push it out. Zayden's really good at like adding us as a contributor every time he posts. So you guys can do that, that if you want to make a post and then tag us as a contributor, it will show up on our page too, which should help you get more views, which also will help with the algorithm too. And so how many of you guys are actively utilizing social media regardless if it's like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook, how many of you guys are actually using these platforms to try to get leads and consistently?
If I'm being honest, I'm like on a social media detox. It's been wearing on me. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm just, yeah. I have a
Yeah,
love-hate with social media right
I
now.
let me tell you, I totally get it. I very much get it. I also feel the same way with social media. It gives me a lot of anxiety. It makes me have like I feel like I always compare myself like when I'm on social media a lot to people. But with our business, it's like the easiest way to get clients. And so if you guys don't want to be on social media, a strategy that I've done in the past is I have all the apps removed from my phone, but I get on and post from the computer. And that way I'm literally getting on here to make a post and then I get off and I'm not looking at anything. And so that's a really good strategy to use because unfortunately, if you run any type of business, like literally if it's a shoe business or if it's a vacation rental business, like no matter what business, it's like you have to be on social media. The other thing that you can do instead of doing like posting from the computer, like I also have people that I hire like virtual assistants that will just post for me. And so I may pay them like I don't know, $200 a month or something, and they're posting every single day for me. So then I don't have to ever do it, but it's still getting done. So these are just things to definitely consider unless you have a strategy to like maybe you're gonna get on Google and run ads, like spend a lot of ad money. Like you have to have some sort of like game plan. But the truth of the matter is that most people start with social media because it's a free way to get leads so that you don't have to spend a lot of money. So
You're
Um,
right. I keep forgetting I have an adult child that I can recruit.
oh yeah, get that child. I'm sure they're already on social media all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I'll utilize them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if I did not run a business, I would not have social media at all. Like I am very much on that same page, but I'm just like, I realize it's a necessary evil to make money. So, like, here I am. So I get it. I really, really do. So that's why I try to get creative on like how can I protect my mental health and not be on social media, but also still do what I need to do. Um, so yeah, I try to post 4 times a week on Insta and TikTok. Are you getting any leads from your posting 4 days a week, Bertha? Yes, awesome. Are any of them like actively looking like they're moving in the next 2 months? Because 4 times a week is ideal. That's really great, especially for TikTok. I don't know if she's typing or not. Zayden, are you on TikTok right now?
I've been slowly transitioning, but I feel like TikTok tends to get me distracted. I have like a love-hate relationship with TikTok, so I'm working on
Yeah,
it.
I know. TikTok, I could get lost in TikTok for hours. It's so bad. Um, well, I will say, I know I've talked about this before, but Instagram to me is just, they're owned by Facebook, by Meta, I guess. And so Instagram is great if you already have like some followers on Instagram, even if it's 100 followers. It doesn't matter how many followers, but Instagram is great because most of us have probably had Instagram for several years. Like, I mean, it's been around for a really long time. And so Instagram is great to post because your sphere of influence, like the people that you know or that you've met one time at a coffee shop, like most of the people that you know are probably on your Instagram account. So that's why it's good to keep posting on Instagram and Facebook. But if you're trying to also reach people that you don't know, unless you're spending ad money on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok and YouTube are really where you should be posting because Instagram and Facebook is all about ad spend. So definitely like post on these other platforms, the Instagram or the TikTok and YouTube, because that's going to help you get leads, especially TikTok. I don't know what it is, but TikTok, even if you're posting, say, like lower end apartment communities, TikTok is really good at getting views for your stuff. Like I know Zayden, you post a lot of kind of, I guess, what you would say like the B, C class properties, like the older ones. Seasons. I just want to show you guys.
I've really just been posting the ones that you have like the content in the what is it called? The school app that you have.
Well, I feel like you all only post like these communities. We have like all of the high rises and like the newer ones too. Do you
I know
have you
you
seen
just
those?
told me to like stick to one because like if it looks like you're like fluctuating, then like I just want to pull those people in. They want the deals.
Yeah.
Because I feel like rent is extremely high, and if I see a good deal, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, remember, I'm a big advocate for post for the types of clients that you want, not necessarily like what you can afford or what your friends can afford. Like I was I was barely affording like my own little like new 1 bedroom apartment when I first got into apartment locating, but I was still posting penthouses because I wanted those types of clients. And that's how I eventually ended up getting into getting those clients because I was posting for those types of people. But regardless, it doesn't matter. I'm happy you're posting in general. That's all that matters. But I was gonna say though, TikTok, like these are brand new accounts. So I also do like consulting for apartment management companies. And so our team also started doing content creation and management for their social media platforms. And so these accounts were brand new. And as you can see, a lot of these videos are getting like 5,000 views, 1,000 views, 2,000 views. And these accounts, as of almost 2.5 months ago, had no, like, these accounts were brand new as of 2.5 months ago. So this is, I just wanted to show you guys, if you guys are Cumberland on, if you guys are trying to like get leads of people that you don't know, TikTok is just a really good place. Cause again, like 5,000 views, 1,000 views, like these are brand new accounts. They're not super, super nice buildings, but the TikTok platform and YouTube are really, really great for getting new business. Even Mosaic Dallas, this is like another account that was brand new, 7,000, 11,000. All of these posts, like none of these posts were with ad spend. It was all organic. So this was just simply posting. And on TikTok too, you can schedule a post. So say you want to hire your child or a virtual assistant or anybody to make posts for you, you can just have them once a month go and schedule all of your posts on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. All of these platforms allow you to schedule out posts. So I think that Bertha was saying that she posts 4 days a week. That is ideal to at least try to post 4 to 5, ideally every day. But let's be real, that might not happen. So if you guys can just dedicate either scheduling all of your posts at the beginning of the month or every other week, or if you can just sit down and post every single day, I promise you guys leads are going to start coming in. But like we talked about last week, you guys do need to make sure that if you're putting in the effort with social media, that you have strategies for those clients to get in touch with you. So make sure that your bios have your phone number and your email address. You guys can even have a link. If you guys want a link to, let me see, what am I thinking? Instagram. Sorry. So like Alexis, I made her a link, like a landing page. I don't know if she still has it. Yeah. So if you guys want a link where it's like specifically to your name so that you have a website link to put in, I can make something like this for you guys too, where it's just like they can fill out their first, last name, email, all of that information. But just make sure that if you're dedicating social media, like energy into social media, that you have a way for them to get in touch with you. That is like the most important thing, because you don't want to be putting in all of this work and then they don't even know how to get in touch. So hopefully this helped. I like the landing page. Awesome. I made one on Google Drive. It was easy. Awesome. Cool. Well, I can't wait to see what you guys do here in the next couple of months. I always get the busiest during November, December, January. That's when pricing drops in our industry because people don't like to move when it's cold and they don't like to move around the holidays. So this is always the busiest time of year for me, is right around November, December, January. So I promise if you guys start now in October, like actively posting every single day, actively going out and like talking to people about your business, you guys are going to be really busy this winter season. And a lot of times I can accumulate $60,000, $70,000 just in the 3 months of these move-ins, and then it sets me up really great for the following year. So hopefully we'll see that happen for you guys. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for jumping on.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
Of course, Zayden, hopefully you get your lease verifications back today.
Man, I'm finna go in there at 2 o'clock. I already set my alarm, so.
All right, cool. Well, y'all have a great day. As always, feel free to reach out to me if y'all have any other questions, and I will talk to y'all soon.
All right, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.